The thermostatic control valve controls the amount of oil that flows through the cooler. It is important to remember that unless the cooling fan is rotating, there isn't any cooling. Therefore, it doesn't matter how much is going through the cooler or how much is bypassing the cooler. As the oil heats up, the oil starts to be diverted through the cooler. The control of the valve is done automatically using a wax-filled capsule. It expands when heated, opening the cooler port and closing the bypass port progressively until it is in full cooler position. All the oil has to flow through the cooler at this temperature. For example, a Solar Mars thermostatic control valve, part number 120337-25, has an internal capsule which is replaceable. This has a capsule that starts to open at 110 degrees Fahrenheit and is fully open at 130 degrees Fahrenheit. The sketch on the left shows the thermostatic control valve in bypass. None of the oil is flowing through the cooler. The oil flow is represented by the red lines. The oil flows out the bypass connection of the valve. As the capsule in orange starts to expand, oil will flow through both the bypass and the cooler connections. In our case, with a 120-337-25 valve, the oil starts to flow through the cooler at 110 degrees Fahrenheit, and the flow through the bypass connection will be fully closed at 130 degrees Fahrenheit. The capsule used will depend on the viscosity of the oil used.